Today I am going to share a cool thing which I have learned in the journey of mine to become an awesome software development engineer. The first key learning is follow the style. What does it mean when I say follow the style? It means like suppose as inside your team or as you as an individual have decided to work on a project, follow a single style. Either have single hand, either have right hand functions or the left hand functions, either use camel casing or snake casing. Follow a particular style and follow some design pattern. So the first key learning is follow the style guideline which you can create for yourself or for your team, or your team can deliver you some style. So follow it. That is very important. The second key important thing is comments and documentation. So whenever you write a function or a module or a class, make sure you write some description and documentation, small documentation regarding your functions. What are the inputs, outputs, and what should that function should do ideally. So write proper documentation and the comments. It's key thing for any software development engineer. Even if your function name is self-explanatory, you should still write proper documentation and the comments for your function. The third thing is have descriptive name. So you always give names to your variables, your functions. You should not have variable like a, b, c or I, j, k. Rather have proper variable name. Have a name which describe what that variable holds, what that function do, what that class is intended to hold. So have a proper descriptive names. The fourth important thing is do not overwrite yourself. So suppose you should never do a copy paste if still there is some lines from your earlier section you are going to reuse. Rather, over such cases, you have an opportunity to create functions. Over such scenarios, whenever you see there are 2 lines, 4 lines, or 10 lines which you need to copy paste inside more than one module, that time you should create a function out of it and then use your function and have your function name as descriptive as possible. Lot of time what I have done myself also, and I have seen others also do it, they don't bother about error handling. We should never do it. So we should see what kind of error that function or your class can throw. So we should handle those errors accordingly. So handle your errors, because such errors will break your code when you are in sleep, and it will take away your sleep from your life. So to avoid such situation, what you can do, you can handle these errors properly whenever you are writing a function. So always start your function with try catch block, and inside the catch block, accordingly, like kind of error you are going to have the catch blocks accordingly. So strip your code inside small units. As a programmer, we used to see the program inside blocks. So we should always strip our code. Like suppose some bunch of lines are doing some specific thing, we should strip them inside a function and use that function. So whenever we are going to correct that flow, at that time we can, by the name only we see, okay, this function is this bunch for 4 lines. We don't need to read those 4 lines. Just by one name we will be able to know what that section is doing. And it also makes our life of maintaining, improving very easily, and debugging also very easy. So strip your code inside small focused units. Make sure you do it. And the seventh and the last and the final thing is write unit test cases. So while writing this solution, you got some functions with you, some methods with you. You should write unit test cases to validate, to test, to verify your function, which should cover all the cases. And whenever you are writing the unit test cases, make sure it have at least 7 test cases at least. And if it have more, that is very good. And job of a software development engineer is not done until he have written that documentation and the unit test cases. A good pro coder is only gold when he do these 3 things. One is he delivers the proper solution for the problem. The second thing is he write proper documentation for his solution. The third thing is he write the unit test cases which test his all the functions. So make sure you become a pro coder. Thank you for watching this video.